I'm hosting a little dinner party here in the restaurant. I've invited 4 of the elder statesmen of Australia's culinary industry, who together have over 175 years of experience shaping how we as Australians eat. And I want the 5 of you to cook for us.
In the morning, you will be given $100 each, and you'll have 15 minutes at Coles supermarket to shop for your ingredients.
Hi.
You will then have 1 hour to make a dish you think will impress our VIP guests.
Your time starts now.
Number 3.
If you're listening to this, you have 7.5 minutes to go to get all your shopping.
7.5 minutes.
Let's go, guys. Chop, chop.
Okay, duck.
Today I'm cooking a main, which is the duck breast with an agridish sauce and some carrots.
They got duck breast. I think I got everything.
You got everything, did you? Come on,
I think I did.
Go.
I don't know how much. I think that's everything.
Let's go.
I do have
Got
to change.
$13.20 change. Brilliant.
So everything's paid for. I've got all the ingredients. At this stage, it's looking good. I'm just really eager to get back to the kitchen and start cooking.
Before you get cooking, you'll get to find out exactly who those guest judges are.
We see these 4 very, very special guests. Margaret Fulton, Armando Pacoco, Jacques Raymond and Chong Yu.
Oh my God. The dish I'm making today is sort of a play on the duck à l'orange with that sweet and salty sauce that breaks through the fat of the duck.
Just roughly chopping onions, celery, other bits of aromats. Putting that in with my beef stock and then letting that simmer for a little bit just to get it extra flavour, I guess.
There's just so many bits and pieces that need to be done.
Justine,
Hey.
you're looking intense. You've got that kitchen stare about you. I love it. What's going on? What's the dish?
I'm going to do some duck breast
Yep.
with an agridish sauce. That's just some stock that I've infused with some celery and some thyme. And then I'm going to do some celery puree. I've got some Brussels sprouts, and I've also got a little tatin of echallots, which are going to be caramelised.
Okay.
And I've also got some little carrots, which I'm going to do.
Wow.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, a
in an
lot
hour.
going on.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
I'm really worried I have too many elements to the dish that I want to cook today. There's a lot going on.
Sorry, I'm a bit all over
it's
the place
fine.
at the moment.
It's
I'm just
fine.
thinking that clock keeps getting faster
It
and
does,
faster every
doesn't it?
time.
Sometimes I can be a little bit unrealistic on what I can do in an hour.
What do you think Jacques will think of your French
I'm really
classic?
scared that Jacques here.
All right, Justine, won't hold you up anymore.
Thank you very much. I'm just up to making the pastry, then I'm going straight onto the duck.
That half an hour is the fastest half an hour that's ever happened.
It's Justine, bitting a lot off here. I think she's doing too much.
It feels like she's trying to do everything.
I'm going to brown him on a high heat, then I'm going to turn it down. I want the skin to render quite a lot. Turn it over really quickly, chuck it in the oven.
Duck can be really risky to work with because you need to render that fat down and have a crispy skin.
Okay, I'm dropping the Brussels sprouts. Not really necessary, and I really don't have time, so I'm not doing them. I don't have much time at all.
10 seconds. 5.
That's hot.
4. 3. 2. 1. That's it, guys. Step away from your benches. Put your tools down.
I've done a main course of duck breast with an agridish sauce, celeriac puree, and a caramelised echalot tatin.
You know, when I saw this dish, I said, what is the season? Winter. Braised carrots, shallots, celeriac, and your sauce began. I think it's fantastic what you've done here, just on thinking. before even I look at the dish or before even I taste it, I know then she has made a perfect seasonal dish. Wonderful.
It is an amazing feeling that Jacques Raymond could tell me something like that. And I just hope that when you taste it, you taste the flavours that I'm trying to express to you today.
Thank you, Justine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. It's very good. Unbelievable. The lightness of this puree. Very good. Oh, that's good.
The sauce.
Yeah, the big
with
arad.
the dark.
Beautiful.
That's the big advantage of that dish, really, I have to say. Yeah.
And when you taste the sauce with the shallot,
Yes.
it makes the whole osmosis work together. Beautiful.
No, it's got a lovely mixture of flavours, each one sort of complementing the next one.
That interesting notion of a modern dish, that it's a hearty dish but actually eats quite light.
Yeah.
That you've got bags of celery flavour,
Yes.
loads of sweetness from that shallot, a good robust duck flavour.
Look how exciting it is when we get a dish like this.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
talks together. We get energy. We got pleasure. Eh? All the ingredients in one plate are working together, complementary to each other.
I'd like the recipe.
You like the recipe?
It's beautiful.
I'm going to reveal the scores from the highest to the lowest. So first of all, who won yesterday's challenge? The total points awarded out of 50 were 47. 47. The winner of yesterday's challenge is Justine.
All those extremely hard days, all those team challenges, all those invention tests, all those hours we've spent, the tears, the sweat, the blood, the cuts, the bruises, all worthwhile. Wow, 47. I don't believe it.
Justine, I gave you a 10 because I thought it was an impeccable dish, and that's rare for me to do.
10, Daddy? You gave a 10?
That is delicious. Look, you weren't there, you didn't taste it. It was fantastic.
You will have 90 minutes to make this 2-course Malay meal using coconut and ling as your core ingredients. Poe, your time in the pantry starts now.
Thanks, Kathy. Pepper.
Some of the ingredients that I chose are the ikan bilis, which is a dried anchovy, belacan, dried shrimp paste, a lot of funk.
Poe, your time's up.
It's time to start, and as usual, it's just chaotic.
Look at Poe go.
I am.
The person who wins the invention test today will get an amazing advantage for tomorrow's challenge. And the person who does the worst dish will be eliminated.
This is going to be really interesting because there's 4 people cooking something they're very unfamiliar with. There's huge pressure on Poe to do well today. I mean, she's picked the theme, she's picked the core ingredients, she's had all night to think about it. The judges will scrutinise her harder.
I've waited so long in the competition to be able to cook something from my heritage. I'm cooking something that is familiar to my childhood and, you know, brings back a lot of memories.
That smells amazing. That's that pandanus.
Yeah.
So, wow, smell that.
Wow.
So we're talking this green leaf here?
Yep.
The pandanus leaf, right?
Yep. I'm making dessert with it.
Okay.
So I'm
Which
just
is?
gonna stuff a glutinous rice dumpling with coconut that's been cooked in that, this, and some brown sugar.
Okay, little dumpling in this sweet pandanus and coconut milk.
The other man, I'm going to do otak otak, which is a fish custard.
Okay.
So I'm blending that up with all these fresh spices to make a wet spice mix, and then I'm actually going to boudin it, so I'm going to modernise it.
You look absolutely happy.
I'm stoked.
You look like you're in control.
Yes.
The pressure's on, no?
Yeah, it is.
Because as much as, you know, you can talk the talk,
Yeah.
now you have to walk the walk.
Yes.
So if the polar coaster comes back and
Yeah.
you're on the dip,
Yep.
what does that mean?
Bad means bad.
It means bad. I think Chris might be the only one that's going to give Poe a run for her money.
This is her domain. This is what she knows. I reckon she's standing there cooking, and I reckon she can see her auntie to her right, her mother to her left. Hopefully she's going to do them proud.
The only thing that's concerning me, she's got a lot going on. Has she bitten off more than she can chew?
And now it's just getting super frantic.
Po's cooking in front of me. She's got some crazy-ass techniques going on, but I hope she has a Po meltdown and mucks it up, because I need all the help I can get at this point.
I really was on high speed today. Because I was sort of trying to multitask, I was a little bit in danger of burning the pandan essence that I've made.
What's that? Oh, Po.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
No, Po.
Burnt it a little bit.
It's bad, just very bad.
That's all right, that's all right.
Because the edges caught a little bit when Gary came around, and he commented on, ooh, what are you doing there?
That's fine. I've got all the black out.
I was starting to fret a little bit that Weird Po was rearing its ugly head as well. 45 minutes to go, and I'm using my food processor to break down the spice paste. I'm having quite a lot of trouble balancing it, so I'm starting to think, oh my God, why did I pick this dish?
I just left too many processes to do. So yeah, I have got myself into a bit of a stitch. I think I'll get everything plated, but it will be quite ugly.
I'm the usual Hurricane Po at my station, and that it is an absolute disgrace.
What a mess.
I know.
Huh?
Don't even.
I tell you what, I wish I had you in my kitchen for a day.
Oh, so orak in there?
Yep.
So not in a traditional leaf?
No.
But steaming it Boudin style?
And this is the spice mix for the stink bean. I'm about to stir fry this, and I have to get my dessert in here steaming, so I have to stop.
Hey, we'll get over your hair, Po.
Okay.
I just can't believe the mess you've got here.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's unbelievable.
I'm starting to realise that my little flaw of being messy is actually a massive flaw.
You have 30 seconds to go. And when I ask you to put your tools down and step away from the stoves, please do so.
I'm very nervous because I've been banging on about how I want to cook, Malaysian this whole time, and then for me to sort of fall short of that would be quite humiliating.
Pad Thai with a sambal paste and stink bean and fish custard. A glutinous rice dumpling stuffed with pandan leaf and palm sugar.
That's beautiful. Lots of interesting flavours. It's just really fresh and vibrant. I love it. I love it. It's fantastic.
Interesting, tasty. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful dish. Well done.
Visually, doesn't really look appealing. Well, that flavour really packs a punch, doesn't it? I'm quite happy to have another spoonful of that. Overall, pretty good. I think you outwitted them, outsmarted them, and you're probably here to stay for a little bit longer, I'd say. Cheers.
Thanks, man.
The winner of the invention test today is Po.
Well done, Po. Good job.
I think my mum's going to be so happy for me. I keep thinking back to how lucky I am to be here. I'm absolutely thrilled.
Po, that dessert was exquisite. It was poetry in a bowl. We've seen some fantastic food from you, so well done. Great dishes, great execution, great use of your power. Another step nearer.
Thank you.
Po, congratulations. Fantastic dessert. You know, for me, that was the killer dish of the day. There's no question.
So, Po, reveal what you've picked.
Po chooses mushrooms. I'm not as confident as what I would have been if she had chosen duck or prawns.
It's this amazing bowl of all these different varieties of really interesting Asian-style mushrooms, and I think that's absolutely brilliant.
You'll all be working with mushrooms as your core ingredient to create a Chinese-inspired meal. You'll also get to choose an additional 10 ingredients from the pantry. Po, had 5 minutes to do this. You will all have 2 minutes. The 5 of you here in the group are first up in the pantry. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Guys, you've got 30 seconds to go.
I desperately don't want to be in the bottom 3 today.
Contestants, your time's up. You have 1 hour to prepare and cook the best Chinese-style dish that you possibly can. And your 1 hour starts now. Okay, Julia, what are you cooking and why?
I'm making mushroom and vegetable dumplings with a mushroom broth. I decided to make dumplings because I really love them and I sort of know how they work and what goes with them.
So we're going to expect to see the little dumplings in the broth, is that okay?
Pretty much just a very light amount, very small amount of broth.
Okay, lovely. Thanks, Julia.
Good luck, Julia.
The most difficult part of my dish is to really balance the flavours. If it's too sweet, it's going to be ruined. Fingers crossed that, you know, it'll all come together and it will taste good in the end.
Yeah, looking forward to it, aren't you?
Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I am. The other one that I picked out along the line there that's doing a really lovely job is Julia. She's made this little stuffing, this little farce. She's put some tofu, some mushrooms, some spices and things in there, and she's made a lovely little dumpling, but she's so neat.
They look fantastic, and honestly, it's definitely a technique there, and she's bringing that out in today's challenge.
Good. And she's made a nice broth, so I presume she's putting the two together. Yep. So I'm excited about that one. Tell me what you've cooked.
I've cooked mushroom and vegetable dumplings in broth.
It looks really nice. Just the care that you've taken in constructing those little dumplings is admirable. I don't think I could do as well as you did. And I'd be very, very happy to eat a number of those. Well done.
High five. Yeah. You know, you've showed skill, you've showed technique, there's balance in there. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Good stuff.
I so want to disagree with them, but I can't. That's fantastic. There is something impeccably right about putting the flavours of Chinese vinegar with dumplings. It kind of makes them savoury, and the vinegar has a little bit of a tang around the side of the palate. It really brings out the flavour of those mushrooms. So, absolutely, A1, cracking dish, well done.
Thank you. I think I've got a chance of being in the top 3. I just want to be recognised for making good food.
One of you will be going head-to-head with a leading chef in our next Celebrity Chef Challenge. You'll also get a chance at a winning ticket through to the final week of this competition.
3 dishes we loved. 1 winner. That winner is... Julia.
They called my name as being the winner of the invention test, and it's an amazing feeling. It really sort of validates my abilities, and it means that I do sort of deserve to be here.
I've got to say, you beat 2 of my favourite dishes in the whole competition, so it gives you an idea of quite how good your dish was. Well done.
Thank you.
And the next pair, Chris?
Lucas and Justine. They've both cracked under pressure before, and the possibility of one of them cracking again is a bit higher if they're together.
Each pair will have to invent from scratch their own 2-course meal. And today, as a special treat, you'll get free reign in the pantry.
Chris, as winner of the taste test, you and Poe get to go into the pantry first.
It is quite a bit of an advantage to be able to go into the pantry first and choose what we want because there are limited ingredients, so it's first come, first serve.
You'll have several minutes to devise a menu before heading to the pantry to choose your ingredients with your partner. From the winning team, one person will get to cook off against a celebrity chef for a fast-track ticket through to the final week of MasterChef. Guys, head to your workstations.
Lucas and I decided to make for an entree salmon ceviche and celeriac and crab remoulade. And for mains, we're doing quail with a port and echalot reduction.
So, you know, quail is a great option.
I reckon we're going to know.
Lucas and Justine, you're up next.
I'm here to win this contest. For me, it's to get in the top 9 now, and then from there go to the top 8, and then from there go to the top 7. So we'll see what happens.
Is there another little crab?
That's it, in the freezer.
In the freezer.
Yeah.
Which one?
2 pairs going to elimination, 1 pair winning. The pressure is definitely on. Hopefully we can cook the best dish we can.
Right, guys, Lucas, Justine, what are we cooking?
We're doing an entree, mate.
Yep.
We're doing a salmon with a celeriac.
Celeriac and crab remoulade.
Okay. And the main?
And the main.
Braised quail with a port and shallot sauce.
Justine's finishing off the braise, which I then have to carve when it comes out. The potatoes are happening.
These are looking really good.
Lucas and Justine, it's to braised quail when you've got an hour. We didn't see it going on.
They could run out of time and it won't be up.
Next up, Lucas and Justine.
It's zingy, it's punchy. That is a cracker entree. Brilliant.
That's good.
It's the complete dish, so well done. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Congratulations.
It's a wonderful feeling when you put your heart and soul into something and someone really appreciates it. And that's what food's about.
The quail itself, I was a bit worried about because I didn't think you'd be able to cook it for long enough to get it tender. It's certainly tender, there's no doubt about that, and it's really pleasant with that sweet, jammy port wine and shallot sauce.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
They liked it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Lucas, Justine. Congratulations. You cooked the best 2-course meal today overall.
Working with Lucas, my best mate in the house, and winning together was just the most amazing feeling.
So it was a pleasure to watch the two of you working together as a proper team.
Really? Jesus me, you come together.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, it is. It's Beauty and the Beast. You performed a beautiful job. Well done.
So you can lift the lids now.
Every time that I go into the mystery box and I see the ingredients, my mind just goes blank.
You have a whole snapper.
Fantastic. I love cooking fish. I come from an island. We cook with fish all the time.
Eggs, a potato, chili, and beer.
My background is beer. I run a beer business, so that put a big smile on my face.
A really beautiful piece of snapper can be used in many ways. Steamed, roasted whole, pan-fried, fillets taken off. It's really endless.
Remember that this challenge is all about winning. It's not about avoiding losing, so be inventive. Push the envelope and show us what you can really do.
What have you done there? You've fried the whole thing.
Look, I think it's too beautiful a piece of fish to actually cut up.
What's the batter, or have you floured it?
Well, it's using the Red Lantern, where I did my kitchen thing the other day.
Yeah.
I'm using my experience from the Red Lantern, coating the fish with egg white and flour, frying that up, and then doing a lemon sauce.
Tom's done that big whole fish. He's thought about his work experience.
He's gone to Red Lantern, he's listening, and he's going to put up a beautiful dish, I hope.
Food needs to be going on the plates. Okay, that's it, guys. Your time is up.
Taking my plate up to the judges, the only thing I'm really concerned about is that the fish will actually fall over, so I'll end up with the flat fish on a plate.
Tom, what's the dish?
Lemon fish swimming in a chili and ginger sea.
It's definitely straight out of Jaws, isn't it? Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Tom, you're listening. Your time at Red Lantern, you're absorbing all these things, and that's great, mate, because you're actually putting that into your food. Fish is moist. It's really delicious and delicate.
No. Impeccably cooked fish. It's a very clever dish. It's beautifully understated. It looks spectacular. Congratulations. It's probably your best work. Well done.
Thank you. It's great having praise from people like Gary and Matt. It's a good feeling.
The winner of today's Mystery Box Challenge is Tom.
I'm happy and flattered that they actually think I've cooked the best dish, because I still think that it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Peter, as our special guest, you get to choose the dish that yourself and Julia will be cooking today. What will that dish be?
We've got a tea-smoked duck breast with a ravioli of water chestnut, pear and duck liver, with a blood orange sauce, a little bit of spinach and some crispy fried ginger. How does that sound?
Complicated.
What a great dish. Tea smoking, a classic Szechuan technique, easy to do in the wok, but very, very dangerous if you get it too smoky, because it's going to dominate the flavour of everything.
So, we have to leave you to cook now, so that we don't know who's cooked which dish. Good luck, Julia.
Thank you.
What I like to call this dish is the Asian version of a duck à l'orange. What do you think?
It looks beautiful.
You really want the duck to be pink, but cooked through. Otherwise, it'll be a horrible thing to eat.
It's beautiful. The textures are fantastic. The crunch inside the ravioli, it's beautiful. And the duck is really nice and smooth.
I've never cooked anything like this dish before, so it could be a bit of a struggle for me to get it all together and make it as good as I can possibly make it.
Julia, you'll get a 30-minute head start on Pete. Good luck to both of you. Your time starts now.
The whole balcony is filled with everyone else in the competition and they're staring down. I'm scared about making a fool of myself, basically. I don't want to do that. I want to do a really good job. I'm looking at all the ingredients and I just really wish that I had a little bit more time to just really get the recipe into my head, but I don't have that time. I have to do it now.
So what's the process you're going to do?
While this is caramelising, I'm going to julienne the ginger, ready to fry it, and I'm going to get the smoking mixture together for the duck.
The first thing Julie does is chop down really finely the ginger. It's one of the last things to go on top of the dish, but I think she sees it as something she can get out of the way quickly.
That look good? Quick, quick, quick. So to make it even more crispy, a little bit of sea salt over that helps drag out the moisture. I'm basically taking through step by step how I would do it. You can put the juice in if you like.
I've done the full amount and I don't have enough juice, I don't think.
What I'll do, I'll give you mine. We're going to add some orange juice. We reduce that down until we get a syrup. That's the sauce. Say when.
Love it.
The duck, we're going to smoke it in a manner called tea smoking, which is a Chinese way to impart flavour into a dish. As well as the spices and the orange peel, the sugar is there to add some sweetness, but also to give it a beautiful colour.
Yeah.
as it's smoking. And the rice basically adds a little bit of flavour, but more so helps to bind it all together. The role of the chef is to educate, and hopefully I've helped her along the way of her path of knowledge.
30 minutes to go, guys. 30 minutes.
I'm getting ready to start smoking the duck. It's crunch time.
The biggest challenge for Julia is going to be tea smoking the duck because you can over smoke it and becomes a bit bitter or overpowering, the smoky flavour.
When my duck was in the pan and I was rendering it, I thought it was done and I turned it over, but then I thought that the skin could have been a little bit crispier and more caramelised, so I turned it over again, which is a massive no-no usually. So I may have stuffed up a little bit there, but hopefully it won't really show through in the end product.
Julia's duck looks very dark, and when Pete's comes out, it looks very light, and we all think, she's overcooked it. And so we're worried at this point that, that Julia might have blown the challenge.
I'm actually feeling confident that my dish is going to be ready and it's going to be on the plate and it's going to look good.
This is the closest that any of the contestants have got to the professional chef. So at this point we're thinking, hey, she might actually have this one.
I'm proud of my dish and I'm so happy that it's all done, and I feel exhausted but really exhilarated as well.
Thank you. Well, this is going to be difficult. That dish is almost identical in appearance and in fact appeal as the other one. But there's a difference with the duck, and that's the tea smoke.
The duck is smoked beautifully. The balance of that sauce with the smoke is really just come together fantastically. The ravioli filling's delicious, but I don't know about the frying of it. It reminds me of an Italian crostoli. But in saying that, they're like, you know, they are lime ball, really, lime ball.
This ravioli seems like the chestnut and the pear has been cut a bit more chunky, and I feel a bit cheated because in this bit, there's not much pate there. And I love that combination of liver pate with duck. Having said that, that duck is impeccable. And this bit here, this little brown crispy this bit here, which I know. No. Gary, you've got to have that because I know you're looking at it. There you go. The fact that there's a bit of duck on the plate that you and I would fight each other, probably to the death for, is a sign it's a great dish. What a privilege and a pleasure to be presented with two such fantastic dishes.
Julia, if you now score more than 24 out of 30, you'll be getting a free ride all the way through to the final week of MasterChef Australia. Gary, what did you give plate 2?
I scored plate 2 9 out of 10. Those dishes were both really close. And what swung it for me was, Julia, your duck was cooked beautifully. And I just thought it had the edge over plate 1. And I was convinced that it was Peter's.
George, how did you rate Julia's dish?
Nine out of 10. You can have a job in my kitchen any day of the week, yeah? That was brilliant.
I'm thinking she's won it. She really has won it.
If Matt Preston now gives you a score of 7 or more, you will win that guaranteed spot in the finals of MasterChef Australia. How does that feel?
I'm freaking out a little bit.
Well, Matt Preston is one of the toughest restaurant critics in this country, so anything could happen right now. Matt, it's time to reveal the winner of today's challenge. Nine out of 10.
I had beaten Pete Evans, I'd beaten the chef. I was never, ever, ever expecting it, and I did it.
You cooked that duck like a 30-year veteran of a French kitchen. It was fantastic. I've not seen duck cooked like that for the last year. It was really, really impressive. Congratulations. Peter is obviously a fantastic teacher.
He is, definitely. Julia, because you beat our celebrity chef today, that's guaranteed you a spot in the finals week of MasterChef Australia.
Step forward, reveal your choice.
It is beef.
It was beef. You know, everyone in the building has probably cooked beef at one point in time, so yeah, it's not as if he had a massive advantage.
So, you'll all be using a rib eye of beef to make a French-inspired dish. You'll be able to go into the pantry now and select no more than 10 more ingredients. You'll have 2 minutes to do this. The first group to go into the pantry is this 6 here. Are you ready? Your 2 minutes starts now.
I'm here to win, so I'll do everything I can to stay out of the bottom 3. My presumption was that everybody would just grill the piece of meat, simply pan fry it and make up a red wine sauce or a hollandaise or a béarnaise or something like that. That was going to be the typical approach, and I wanted to do something different to everybody else.
Chris, what are you doing? You've got some interesting ingredients. You've got brioche, eggs, gherkins, little cornichons, salt, shallots.
Steak tartare, classic French dish.
Steak tartare, of course, is a raw beef dish. It's minced or very, very finely diced.
Cheese?
That's to eat.
Are you kidding?
No. I'm basically assembling my dish. I've got a lot of time to spare. I don't know if I was just being cocky or not, but I thought it'd be nice to have a bit of cheese while I was waiting around. I should have got a bottle of wine, actually. 1 ingredient down, I could have afforded it. Walking up towards the judges, and I'm seeing steak after steak after steak, beautifully cooked, and I'm thinking, oh, shit, what have I done?
Classic steak tartare. So swipe the egg yolk, mix it in.
Yeah.
For those that don't eat steak tartare, what you've got to appreciate is this sort of lovely, soft, slippery, raw beef. It's got to be absolutely fresh. You've achieved that.
I hate raw beef because it freaks me out, especially a raw egg yolk on it. But I'm going to give it a go. You know what, mate? You've pulled it off. Well done.
That's a great interpretation. And you should walk back feeling very proud of what you achieved, Chris.
Thank you. Matt doesn't readily say things like that, so I was feeling good about it.
Congratulations. You 3 have presented us with the 3 most delicious dishes that we ate today.
Finally, I'm amongst the winners.
3 amazing dishes, but only, sadly, 1 winner. And that winner is Chris.
Matt revealed that I'd won, which was fantastic. I'm glad I went out on a bit of a limb in cooking a raw dish. It was great.
You are really looking like a real chef, yeah? I hate raw meat, I hate tartare, but I ate that today and walked away and went, you know what? That's not bad at all. That is a real chef's dish. Well done, keep it going. And because it's finals week, it's double trouble. You have to make 2 pies, 1 sweet and 1 savoury.
My math dropped. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna need a lot of time to make 2 pies.
Obviously, you need ingredients for fillings. Ingredients we have. This is for your sweet pie. You got so many fillings, be as creative as you like, but it must taste beautiful.
My mind immediately is just going, oh, too many combinations. I'm kind of just buzzing with ideas.
This table is laden with ingredients. There's no excuses here. you should be able to produce a beautiful savoury pie. You can use as many or as few ingredients as you want. The only restriction is that you must have pastry in both of your pies. You have 2 hours to produce your 2 pies. So, Pope, tell me what 2 pies you're doing, sweet and savoury.
Doing a rhubarb sandwich with hazelnut and chocolate pastry. So it's like an open pie, essentially.
Right. I'm actually going to construct the pie out of basically 2 biscuits of pastry, and then I'm going to stew the rhubarb so that they're all upright and try and keep that shape.
I think you're very brave doing something really creative.
Yep.
And I think you're pushing the boundaries in terms of what is a classic pie.
Yeah,
we don't want to see a whole lot of one-dimensional pies, do we?
No, not at all.
I was really pushing the definition of a pie, but I think that's good. I think it's good to reinvent things and push people's perceptions of what, you know, things should be or shouldn't be.
It's a typical Poe in a pressure situation. She wants to do something creative, but if it all goes wrong, she's going to give us something that's maybe fallen over or collapsing, or she could put up that gorgeous rhubarb pie and impress us all.
Poe, how's it going?
I'm actually going to make an open pie, like a sandwich.
Oh.
And I've got rhubarb going on in there.
Have you made anything like this before?
I have never made anything like this before. It's just a harebrained idea that I had.
I do believe in what I'm trying to achieve in this competition, and as much as I've been caned for taking too many risks, I still believe in taking them.
And what about your savoury pie?
I've made a blue cheese. I'm going to make a pasty with 4 cheeses, and it's just vegetables.
Good luck, Poe.
OK, thank you.
I did feel extra nervous, even though I thought my pie definitely looked better than everyone's. Like, it's always down to the flavour, and you just never know.
It looks really pretty. The little crimps that you put around the edge are perfect, absolutely perfect. The filling's interesting. The reason why it's interesting is because that blue cheese gets in the way of something, and it sort of confuses it a little bit.
OK.
You've taken the risk. I mean, I love blue cheese. I like it because I like blue cheese. I think your pastry's lovely. The balance of everything is really good. So that wins for me. I really like it.
So now, on to your dessert. What you've given us is a wonderful combination of not too sweet pastry, that beautiful sourness of the rhubarb, and that richness of the chocolate. And really, that is a cracking dessert and possibly the best we've seen today. Poe, I love this dish because I think it's a really clever, modern interpretation of a pie, and you've combined 3 interesting flavours that I've not seen before on the same plate. Chocolate, hazelnut, and rhubarb. Well done.
The judges say some pretty nice things about my dishes, and it is like music to my ears because I think I'm safe.
The winner of today's challenge is Poe.
It's me! Yay! I'm elated. I'm just beside myself because this is huge, huge advantage. Massive.
Well, Poe, 2 beautiful-looking dishes, well executed, interesting idea, so congratulations.
And that chocolate sablé was one of the best I've ever tasted. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. Thanks.
As with all our invention tests, there's always a kicker. And that kicker is the theme. And today, that theme is British food.
People think of British food as the stodgy classics, steak and kidney pie, bangers and mash with onion gravy. So, no, I think it'll give everybody a good opportunity to do something inventive and get creative.
Now today, George, Gary and Matt will be joined by a 4th judge. He's a man many of you will recognise. He's a world-renowned chef, and he's been the judge on the UK MasterChef for an extraordinary 9 series. Wow. Please welcome John Turode.
Yeah.
Hi, John. How are you?
John, how you going?
G'day.
How are you?
Julie, please reveal what core ingredient you've chosen for today's Invention Challenge.
The ingredient I chose is lamb.
When Julie pulls off the cloth and we see it's a leg of lamb, my heart actually saying, I'm like, oh God.
I love working with lamb. It's a lovely meat. The trouble is, it's a leg of lamb, so trying to roast a leg of lamb in 90 minutes is really, really tough.
You'll be going into the pantry in 2 separate groups. The first group to go in is the 6 closest to the door. Your 2 minutes in the pantry starts now.
For me, it's about the bits and pieces that go with it to make the lamb shine.
You have 1 minute to go, guys.
So I automatically thought spinach, mint, mustard, hot English mustard. The Poms love hot English mustard.
Tell us what the dish is before you go any further.
Do a lamb roll with a mushroom duxelle inside.
Tell me how this becomes British.
British hot English mustard.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know the rhyme in England?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, mustard and wine is fine. Mustard and mutton, you're a glutton.
Just a touch. You won't even notice. I'm really stressing now because still hadn't cut off the twine off my meat. It was still resting. My potatoes still crisping up, and I think I only put the puree on the plate at this stage. So I was really worried.
OK, that's it. Your time's up. Plates down, tools down. Step away from your plates.
Justine, please bring your lamb dish up to the bench.
What have you cooked for us?
Lamb roulade with a mushroom duxelle with a spinach and mint rough puree.
For me, the balance of that iron-rich spinach with a touch of fresh mint, the woodiness that goes with those mushrooms, the sweetness of that lamb, and the crispiness of those potatoes with a little bit of time on them. It's perfect. Love it. Love the flavours, love the precision, love the presentation, and as far as the brief is concerned, being quintessentially English, you've got it right there on a plate. Thank you. Good job.
Thanks.
Justine, that's probably the best dish you've cooked so far this competition.
I think my heart rate just slowed down a little bit and was just seep up the moment, just seep it up, because I was very, very happy.
The winner of today's invention test is Justine.
Oh. Well done.
Yay! I can't believe I won. This is like a dream come true. It's fantastic.
Mystery Thank you, Justine. Thank you. At last you've shown what we saw in that first audition. And I think we've all watched you cook in Mystery Box and Invention Test challenges, and it hasn't quite come together as a unit. And today you've done it. Well done, Justine.